So this past week, as you mentioned, they dominated the Browns. I mean, just absolutely dominated. And while I think we all expect Arizona to put up a bunch of points and to move the ball, were you surprised how easily the pass rush got to Baker Mayfield playing without Chandler Jones?
Yeah, honestly, yes. I was surprised and honestly just really impressed with the performance they had. I mean, there was a lot working against them with the Chandler Jones being out with COVID, and then finding out 2 days before the game that they're going to be without their head coach, and they missed 2 defensive linemen. Their backup play caller was also going to be gone and not there, and so there was a lot of things where it seemed like, oh, there's a lot working against this team. And so to come out, I really felt like it was going to be a competitive game, but just to come out and just to push the Browns around on both sides of the ball like they did was really surprising. And as you mentioned, without their best pass rusher in the game, they got to Baker Mayfield 5 times. J.J. Watt got his first sack, and then Jordan Hicks and Marcus Golden each got sacks, a pair of sacks each, and there were 2 were strip sacks in there too. So it really was surprising to me that they were able to get to them. I know that the Browns were a little beat up as well. Yeah. Not having their running game, I think, was a huge thing. I mean, this is a team that came into the game averaging like 185 plus yards per game, and they only rushed for 73. And the Cardinals' rush defense played well, but I think when it looked like it was going to be the Cardinals who were coming into the game shorthanded and being caught at a bad time, it was really the Browns were caught at a bad time. And Baker was banged up, and I don't know how much that played a role in it too. He came into the game with a sore shoulder.
Yeah, he did. But I still think like we really can't take anything away from the way the Cardinals played on both sides of the ball. And to be honest, some people may look at it and say, well, Kingsbury wasn't on the sidelines. The Cardinals still play well. He maybe that takes some shine off of the job he's done as a coach. But in my opinion, it puts even more shine on the job that he's done as a coach, because he has prepared his team. He has a staff that is working in unison to the point where not only do they not skip a beat, they put on one of the best performances of the year against a quality team. And like you said, playing without Chandler Jones. And if you really want to be honest, I mean, obviously he's played since week 1, but all 5 of his sacks came in the first week. Now, he is still leading the team in sacks off of what he did in one game. Right. But, I mean, so this defense, which is amongst the top in the NFL in sacks, is really playing well across the board. So they are really just doing a fantastic job. So I think we talked about like why, you've mentioned that the Browns came in, really banged up. Do you think that's why the win was so easy, or do you think that, it would have been that way regardless because the Cardinals are just operating so smoothly?
So the Cardinals, 3 weeks ago looked really impressive the way they handled the Rams. Mm-hmm. They followed that up with kind of an uneven game against the 49ers, where the defense was still really good, but it was kind of uneven. So coming into this game, it was a little uncertain how, which team we were going to see. We were going to see the one that moved the ball easily, or the team, the 49ers were able to frustrate the Cardinals defensively. And so, the Browns have a good defense, and I really felt like they were going to give the Cardinals more trouble there. But, I think the fact that the Cardinals got on top early and really put them in a passing situation. I mean, it was 20-0, in the first half before the Browns really even got going. And so I think the fact that they had to kind of go away from, maybe trying to establish Kareem Hunt early in the game, and they really were having to throw. So it allowed getting that early lead in the offense, just really dominating the way they did on those first 2 drives, to give the opportunity to stop. So to really make them go away from the run and force Baker Mayfield to have to make plays down the field. And that allowed the pass rush to really tee off on those guys. And J.J. Watt, while this was his first sack in this game, the guy was the team leader and in the top 3 in the league in quarterback pressures. Like, he has been getting to the quarterback, and they've got him lining up in the interior line now too, which is something he hasn't done in more than 4 years. Mm-hmm. and so he's not just playing the edge because Chandler and they've got other guys on the edge, although they move him around. But so he's playing a little bit different position. He's learning a new defense. It's a guy who missed training camp, and so you can really see J.J. Watt. Like, I mean, he really looks these last the last two games, the 49ers game and this game, he really has resembles the J.J. Watt we remember seeing in Houston when he was getting to the quarterback and being so disruptive. And I really think it is the fact that he's got 6 games under his belt in Vance Joseph's defense, and he missed training camp, so he was kind of a little bit behind. Sat out the entire preseason, so he's kind of been learning on the fly. You've seen him getting better and better, so I think he has been a huge difference on this team, both in just his work ethic and his leadership, but he's getting it done on the field. And then you guys got guys like Marcus Golden, who is having a sensational season, and Jordan Hicks, who was supposed to be demoted to backup, for the rookies. Avon Collins coming in at middle linebacker has just been dominating and has held on to that role. And so I think, and he's one of the team captains. He's one of the defensive captains. So I think what you're seeing is just really a group of guys who are clicking and also just a really group of talented, hardworking guys. I mean, it really is just kind of fun to hear them talk about how much they enjoy playing with each other, and that's a sign of a team that's winning. When guys are out there having fun and enjoying each other on the field and in the locker room, that's a winning team. That's winning vibes, and so they're having a good time and they're playing well.
Yeah, and also you can't forget like the freak of nature, Isaiah Simmons, who is all over the place, and the fact that kid isn't even what he's gonna be is just scary.
He's just getting started.
Yeah, he's just getting started. It's scary. Like athletically, he is like it's boundless. Just about.
The guy can play all over the field. It really is amazing, and so he has. You notice him in games, even though he's in there for all the snaps. When he's in there, you notice him because he's making plays. Yeah,
he's making plays. He's already got an interception this year. He has forced 2 fumbles. He only hit the quarterback once. Got credit for a half a sack. So he's gonna have, I think, by the middle to the end of this season, as long as he's still healthy, I think you're gonna see his play even go up another notch, because it still is just his second year of the league. So I think by the middle to the end of this year, we're talking about a kid who could be playing as one of the top 15 linebackers in the league, just because of the natural maturation and improvement that you'll see a player of his talent level go through when they're playing regularly like he is.